Hi, I'm Shelley Joe, and welcome to my show. What's on your adult Christmas list and beyond? Let's get started. Wake Up Wednesday, it's with Shelley Joe, and I'm excited to be here. Christmas is almost here, and I love Christmas. It makes me smile. We had my family party on Sunday. I have three daughters. I have three great son-in-laws. My daughters are great also. And I have the most cutest grandchildren. And we have dinner every other Sunday. And it used to be that Christmas Day would come and we'd have the kids would with their own families would be having Christmas themselves, and then we'd go to my sister's house for my mom and dad's Christmas, and then we come back to our house. By the time we got back to our house, we were exhausted. The kids were tired, they were crying, and it made it so it wasn't as fun as it could be because there's a lot to put into one day. So a couple years ago, we decided that we would do it on our Sunday that we would normally meet for dinner that we have right before Christmas. And that would be our Christmas party. And it has been so much better. Now, I got to admit, this year it was 10 days before Christmas, which seemed, first of all, very busy because everything has to be done within that first 15 days of December. So it's all ready. And it leads to 10 days without anything to get ready for. Well, I should say anything because we still have a family party, but it just seems like a long time before the actual Christmas day. However, being able to spend all the evening with each other and have so much fun makes it all worth it. So then what else did I do? I decided that there's that 10-day span. So this weekend, I'm having a grandma sleepover. I'm so excited. I'm going to grandma sleepover with my cute grandchildren. We're going to the lights. We're going to go back to our house to have a taco dinner. Then the parents are leaving, and I get to be with the cutest grandchildren ever. And I'm so excited. I got some presents. I've got a craft. We're gonna decorate cookies. We're gonna watch a Christmas show. It's gonna be amazing. Now, I was thinking what I want to talk about today. There's a song, and there's lots of Christmas songs, and I love Christmas songs. And there's a song that is there's a couple of them that I want to kind of bring this point into play. The first one is all I want for Christmas is my two front teeth, my two front teeth. See my two front teeth. Gee, if I could only have my two front teeth, then I could wish you Merry Christmas. I used to teach singing and dancing to children. And that song was so fun because we would usually give it to, those kindergartners, first graders who really didn't have their two front teeth, which made it even funner, even more fun. And so, they sing it, and And they were, they list because they don't have their two front teeth. So fun. The other cute song is I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. Only hippopotamus will do. No crocodile or rhinoceroses. I only like hippopotamuses, and hippopotamuses like me too. That song we'd have the little like the 3-year-old singing. It was so oh, they were so cute. It was such a fun time. Now, why am I talking about these two songs? Because what is the first thing you ask somebody when it comes around Christmas time? What do you want for Christmas? It's fun to ask children because they know what they want for Christmas. And they have this belief that they're going to get what they want. Maybe not everything, but they just have this desire, and it is this innocent desire that says, I want whatever it is. My granddaughter wants rollerblades. That's all she wants is some rollerblades. My other granddaughter wants a what does she want? Oh, she wants a stroller. I have a cute little grandson who wants dinosaurs. And it's so much fun because they have this innocent belief that all they have to do is ask and they're going to get it. And if the means are there, they usually do. And that's the fun. That's part of the magic of Christmas is giving something to somebody that will make their life brighter or easier or happier. That's the point of asking that question is, what can I give you? What do you want that would make your life a little bit beautiful, lighter, loving, whatever that looks like, connecting. Now, what happens when somebody asks you out of the blue, what do you want? And you don't know what you want. Maybe it's because you have everything you want and there's nothing that you can think of that you would actually need. Or maybe you've given up on wanting what you want. And so instead of knowing what you want, you really don't know what you don't want. I don't want to be in debt. I don't want to be sick. I don't want to hurt. I don't want to be sad. I don't want to be without energy. I don't want to not be able to sleep. And so it's easier to see what you don't want rather than what you do want. You know, where we are in life today is based on past choices because it's the past choices that bring us to where we are today. So if that's the truth, then we can create our tomorrow based on what we want today. What do you want? What do you want life to be like? What do you want your desire to be? I was looking up on Google and I asked the question, the thought behind wanting something. And I came across this article and it says this. Have you ever wanted something so badly it permeates your ever waking seconds? Like a melody that you can't get out of your head. The wanting loops endlessly in your mind and it it mimics that of your own heart. Wanting of this kind is usually strongest for those things that are particularly or completely out of our control. So instead of, I want a new shirt, or I want to go to dinner, I want, that makes me laugh. How many times has somebody said, what do you want for dinner? You're like, I don't, oh, I don't know. We'll just go here, right? Because kind of catch us off and we're not really thinking, what is it that I really want? What just tastes well? What can I savor? What is it that would just delight me? What's the atmosphere of somewhere I want to eat? And so you end up just going and grabbing food, and then it just becomes food. And that's a side point. But okay, back to what we were saying. Okay, so perhaps we're driven to desire more deeply the things we can't automatically have as some form of psychological compensation for what we can't bring about with action alone. To make up for what we lack in power over the circumstance in question, we want, and what we want it bad, emotionally, mentally, or physically. Perhaps we are driven, okay, so then it says, such as finding love, having a baby, improving your health, working in your dream job, being recognized for your artistic talents, following your dreams in some way or another. The wanting colors your present moment. Is a holograph dancing in front of you. You might be the version of the future preventing you from living fully where you are. So that's where the challenge comes from, is when the desire for something that you want so badly colors and prevents you from living fully just where you are right now. So it seduces you, especially it's spectral light attracting your attention away from what is to what could be. It says, I think it's important that I stop here and clarify. I'm not implying that wanting something you don't currently have is wrong, pointless, or otherwise unhelpful. Not at all. Wanting is perfectly natural responses to being connected to your values and committed to creating meaning in your life. Committed to pursuing those things that make your heart beat harder and faster. Gives you that something to wake up in the morning, the desire to get excited, the feeling and sensation of wanting the information. And this information confirms that the source and outcome attached to the wanting rates on the scale of what matters in life. So it's wanting something that your heart desires. It's that desire. I believe in God. Some people believe in the universe, but it's like when we have that desire, it's almost like a gift from God, from the universe that says it's okay to want something bigger and better. Sometimes we've gotten so beat down that it's hard to even see that there is a way out of a situation. And yet, just because things are the way they are today doesn't mean they're going to be that way in the future. Especially if we understand that our thoughts of the past have, and our actions have brought us where we are today. Meaning that there can be something different in the future. That's exciting. So it says, in other words, if you plan on living fully, richly, and vibrantly, you can bet that wanting will show up as part of your emotional repertoire. It's human to desire, it's okay to want. Until it gets in the way. It says, when your wanting becomes the process of, I'm not going to be happy until I get what I want, then we get stuck because then it's like, I'm not going to live today fully. I'm not going to be happy until this happens. I'm not going to find joy until this happens. I'm not going to feel success until this happens. I'm not going to feel abundant until this happens. Also says, bring compassion to yourself. Speak kindly to yourself. If the wanting is intense enough to be plain during a large part of your day, then it likely might bring you discomfort. And that's not what wanting means. Wanting means I want something that's going to make my life a little bit easier, better, more loving, more better relationships, prosperity. So it says, have the courage to get perspective. This one, especially for those types whose wants over which we have very little control. And the first to say that this one is tough and may even be a little difficult to read. The fact is that you may go through life never getting all that you want. It may not turn out how you are hoping it will. And if it doesn't, well, then what? How else will you find meaning? What else will you create with your life? How else will you feel your soul so it doesn't starve? The answer to these questions might be elusive at first, and taking the time to consider these answers takes courage. It requires you to look into another future, one without the very thing that is precious to you. Be careful not to convince yourself that it won't happen at this point. Just know that when you do find the answers, you'll experience a softer landing should life turn sharply away from what you expect and onto a new path. Have the courage to hope with perspective. Take the perspective that you've created with your answers about what else is life. And then listen to hope. We need hope. We need her. It says, without hope, there is no motivation to take action towards what we want. Hope is determined. Let her guide you, motivate you, and inspire you, and then direct your energy to what you can control. Plan, set goals, make lists, take steps. All that you can think about or do. It's always interesting to think, you're not going to get to the top of a mountain by sitting just at the bottom. It takes making steps. It takes putting it out into the universe. If you, the last part says, and you've done all you can, settle in. Say hello to patience. Shake hands with faith. Keep living with vitality. Stay close to your other values. Do this until such time as you're welcomed what you want into your life, or until your intuition knocks at the door with a suggestion that it's time to recalibrate your compass. You've got that. That article is from Dr. Rebecca Ray. The complexities of wanting something very badly, which brings me back to Christmas. What do you want? What would make your life just a little bit better, a little bit easier, a little bit lighter, a little bit happier? Kind of like my little grandchild who says, I want a pair of rollerblades. She knows that those rollerblades are going to give her more fun, more joy, hanging out with her friends that have rollerblades. She has this desire. And I know that that desire is going to come to pass. would it look like to have the faith of a child, to have the innocence of a child? What would it feel like to sit down and say and write down what you really want? One of the challenges I've had in my business is not knowing what I want out of my business. I know I want to help people. I know I want to spread the word. I know I want to make life better for those who are struggling, especially those who are struggling with lack of energy or lack of sleep or cravings and addiction. But I need to look on the back end. What is it that I want my business to do for me? I know what I want it to do for others, but what is it that I want it to do for me and for my life and for my family? And that's key to keeping going when things aren't going the way I want them to go. Things aren't going the way you want them to go. Things that you want aren't quite happening. And what if it was as easy as a child sitting down writing a list to Santa and saying, "Dear Santa, I want rollerblades," or "I want a new car. Uh, I want," what would that look like? What does an adult list to Santa look like? Let's just look for a minute. What would that look like? And is it okay to want? Is it okay to dream? Is it okay to allow yourself to live in that abundant state of that innocent child desire? Because those wants may be what's going to lead you to your purpose and give you that desire to get up each morning, to do the things that are challenging, knowing that that desire, that want is possible. And it may come in ways that you may not even, when you put it out into the universe, it may look a little bit different when you get it back. In reality, it may be even better. So take out your list and write a list to the universe or to God or whoever, whatever you believe in, and say, "This is what I want. These are the desires of my heart." What would it look like? I want to travel the world because I want to see what's out there. I love different cultures. I love meeting new people. I love seeing the beauty of this planet. That is one of my childlike wants. I want to travel. I want to create abundance in my life when it comes to financial, because it will allow me to move my business forward even bigger. It allows me to help more people. It allows me to share my supplements of that feed the brain globally. I want to be able to take my kids and fly to New York for fun or Disney World. What else? If I could have whatever I wanted, what would that look like? And what it does is it takes you out of this moment right here and moves you into a bigger thought process. It could happen. One of the first things is becoming the person, up leveling in your thoughts and desires and in who you are so that you become the person that can handle the prosperity and the responsibility that goes with leveling up. First step is to acknowledge what you do want. For a long time, that was one thing that I forgot to do. What is it in my heart that makes my heart sing? What gets me up in the morning and gets me going? What gets me to step out of my comfort zone into learning how to run a successful business? It's becoming that person. It's living in integrity. It's having focus and being where you are right now, living as though it's already happened. Loving your life right now, and then loving that you can have more. I hope that your holidays are wonderful and that your wants and desires you can create for 2025. Have the belief and the magic and the thoughts of a child. They go out and make it happen. Or find somebody else that can help you with your want. Because that may also be a lead into getting them what they want. So when I can help you get what you want, I also get what I want. Great concept. Make it a great day. Keep smiling. I want to help you. So if you're looking to want to make some changes, get a hold of me. hypnoaminos.com. ShellyJo at hypnoaminos.com. Reach out to me. Get on my newsletter. Get on my email list. Why? Because life matters. Your life matters. Live authentically you. Uniquely you. Be all of who you are meant to be. Live boldly. Mwah. Bye.